everyone, it's Nikki. That was the most awkward wave ever, but I'm here today with a very exciting video. It is the top 10 things that I learned in college. I have always kind of wanted to make a video like this. I thought about doing one for my birthday, like top 22 things I've learned in 22 years of life, because I just turned 22 recently, but I kind of just decided since I graduated I would just go with top 10 things I learned in college because I had the absolute best college experience and I loved it so much, and I just wanted to impart my wisdom upon all of you who may or may not be starting college or who just want to learn what I learned. So I'm like all cozy, I got a blanket, I wrote down my tips, and I just want to like chat with you guys, keep this super casual because I love talking to people about life. Like, I'm a huge late night talks kind of person, so I figured I would recreate that right now. So get cozy. Hopefully this video isn't too long, but I like to talk, so sorry if it's really long. Okay, so let's jump right in. Number one is you'll learn more from the people in college than you will from the classes. I am going to be completely honest, full disclosure. I didn't try super hard in my classes in college just because I, for whatever reason, never got super motivated. Like, I was really interested in all the subjects that I took. I was a business major, loved my major, loved a lot of the classes that I took. I just was never one of those people that was like study all the time. I was definitely more social, more interested in doing things with my sorority, and I think that that just sounds really bad, and there's no way that I can explain it that it's not going to come off bad, but all of the people that I know who really focused on their relationships in college and the people that they were meeting and the networking that they were doing, they are the ones who got so much more out of the experience. So I'm not telling you like don't try in school, because obviously you should try in school and still do your best. I wish that I had focused more on school in general, and it's not like I flunked out of all my classes or anything. Like, I did fine, but just remember that like the main things you're gonna learn in college are about the relationships and the experiences and the people that you meet, so keep that in mind. Okay, number two is gonna sound bad too. This video is getting off on an interesting foot, but the second one is that no one really cares that much about what you do, and I mean that in the sense of, obviously not like no one cares about you, but in college, like, everyone's focused on themselves and focusing on being worried about what other people think of them or what they're doing that day or what they're eating for dinner or whatever. Like, no one really cares that much about what you're doing, and no one's judging you that hard all the time. And I know that it's really easy in school, like in high school too, to feel like you're always being judged, like you always have to look a certain way, like you always have to act a certain way, or if you do this, oh my god, everyone's gonna hate you. And I totally went through that. I still struggle with that. Like, I always kind of wonder, like, even like I was saying before, like when I vlog, like a lot of times I get really self-conscious and don't want to be doing whatever, but it's just, you have to kind of remember that no one really cares that much about what you do. And even if you like raise your hand in class and say something stupid, people aren't gonna like remember that forever as the girl who said something dumb, and they're not gonna judge you forever for that. So just kind of go out on a limb, be who you want to be weird. I'm super weird. I say random shiz. Like, people aren't gonna judge you, and if they do, then like who cares, because they're not the kind of people you want to hang out with anyway, if that makes sense. And like I said, nobody really cares that much about what you're doing. Okay, number three is empathy is one of the most important traits you can possess. I just think that empathy is probably the most important thing that a person could have. It took me a while to figure that out, like what's one of the most important traits that you could have as a person. I think empathy is huge, and that's a really hard thing to come to terms with getting, and I definitely am not perfect at that. Like, I still judge people a lot of the time. Like, it's hard to, oh my god, the birds outside are ridiculous right now. Can you guys hear that? They're so loud. So empathy is different than sympathy. I'm not gonna be able to explain this correctly, so just maybe look up the definitions, but sympathy is kind of like feeling bad for someone. Like, oh, if something happened, like, oh, you got a bad grade on a test, like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, I sympathize with you because I feel bad for you. Empathy is more like you understand where that person's coming from, you feel the same thing they're feeling, like you kind of can relate to it more, whereas sympathy is like feeling bad for somebody, empathy is kind of getting where they're coming from. And for me, like a lot of times it's easy to forget that everybody has their own problems. Everybody is coming from a place of they just want to make themselves happy. And whether or not that means like they hurt you or they did something mean or whatever, like you just have to kind of take a step back. And like if someone does something mean to you or says something mean, like you just have to say, okay, you know, that person's probably going through something. They're not having the best day. You have to kind of see where they're coming from, even if it means that they did something mean to you. You have to kind of try and empathize with them, and then that really also helps you in your friendships and relationships, is being able to empathize with people. There's just like full-on commotions going on outside. Anyway, yeah, so you have to be able to kind of like empathize with people just in general. And sorry, I'm getting really distracted, but I'm gonna move on because I'm talking so slow and this is already 6 minutes long. Okay, number 4, never put more value in another person than you put in yourself. This is something, ooh girl, this is something that I had to learn the hard way multiple times. I kind of came into school with some like not super awesome friends. You're gonna have people in your life sometimes who take advantage of you, or who kind of don't treat you the way that they should. And my problem, I still am like this. I had this in relationships, in friendships, in everything, where I put people so high on a pedestal that pretty much I would let them do whatever they wanted to me, say things that they shouldn't be able to, treat me the way that, like, and I'm not saying that these people that I was friends with or was dating or whatever, like, were bad in any way. Like, they're still good people, but I just didn't stand up for myself as much as I really should have. And I think that that's because I put so much value into these people, more so than myself. And then that way, and so what had happened was when I stopped talking to them or broke up or whatever happened, I like was really the one who was hurt in the end, because I kind of didn't know myself at that point. I was really lost. I kind of like forgot who I had lost who I was in that whole process. And it was just a really hard thing to kind of come back from. So you have to really remember that you are your biggest priority. Even if you are, I mean, obviously that changes when you like get married and have kids and stuff, but at such a young age, like you're your biggest priority. Even if you have the best friends in the world, even if you have the best boyfriend in the world, like those people should be a priority to you, but you, in the end of the day, are your biggest priority. So don't put more value in someone else when that is someone who could ultimately walk out of your life for whatever reason. So just kind of remember that, like, in college, it's easy to think these people are amazing and to be trying new things, and you're going to be switching your identities around, and you're going to be changing the way you look and the way you act and stuff, but don't forget who you are at the end of the day, and just kind of keep priority in yourself a little bit. So going along with this, number 5 is find your people. I have said this, I think I said this in my last vlog, when I was kind of giving my little life talk at the end there. I have the best friends, you guys. Like, my 2 best friends in the world, like, are my rocks. Motorcycle outside, yeah. I should probably close my window, but I'm not gonna because I'm lazy. These people that I like have in my life right now are the absolute best. Like, my roommate Mariana, I did the best friend tag with her, and then Lindsay, who's been in a lot of like my vlogs and stuff, they know me super well. We studied abroad together, we went through heartbreak together, we grew up together in school. Like, literally, I trust them with everything, and I know that they are genuinely like good friends who are very selfless, and they're just the good kind of people you want. But like I was saying in my last like tip or whatever, I haven't always had people like that in my life. So you really have to kind of like find your people and find who's gonna treat you with like respect, and who's gonna appreciate your time, and who's not gonna be super needy all the time, but who are also gonna check up on you, and like just those people that you know would be there through anything. Ooh, bourbon. You just have to try and find like people like that, and that's hard, and you can't really necessarily go looking for it. Like, you'll meet them randomly sometimes, or if you get lucky, like me and Lindsay met freshman year in our hall, So maybe you guys will move into the dorms and like meet people like that right away. That'd be super awesome. But don't settle for people who aren't going to treat you well, because some people are really selfish, and like that's fine. Like I said, make yourself a priority. Like some people just aren't ready to be the kind of friends that you need, and that's fine, but you just have to find your people in school. But that's the fun part of college, is that you will. Like you'll probably find someone, at least one person, maybe sometimes a lot. Like all my friends I consider this way. You'll just find somebody who you know will always be there. Okay, number 6, I have a quote for you. So the overall kind of theme of this number 6 is that people's emotions are always valid. But the quote is, when a person tells you that you hurt them, you don't get to decide that you didn't. So this is a huge thing that I've learned from personal experience and just from seeing other people. I've had so many friends crying to me about whatever reason and saying like, I feel stupid, I'm not supposed to feel like this. Like whether that is crying over a guy that you didn't even date, like, oh, I'm not supposed to feel this way about him, I didn't even date him. Your emotions are always going to be valid, and everything affects everyone differently. So if I had, like maybe I move away from home and wasn't super upset about it, but other people did move away from home and they cry all the time about it. That doesn't mean that they're dumb or that I'm unemotional or anything like that. Or like I said, like if you date someone for a day and you have an awful breakup and you are super heartbroken about it versus someone who dates someone for 6 years and isn't that heartbroken about it, like everything is so relative to the person, and like you could feel the same hurt from a smaller event than from a huge thing. Like it's hard to describe, but like your emotions are always valid, so don't ever apologize for how you feel. And going along with that, I've experienced this a lot to where it's like someone may or may not say something to you that really hurts your feelings, and whether or not that was their intention, it still hurt you, and they don't get to decide like, I didn't hurt you. Because I've had that before where I've told someone, hey, you did XYZ, it really hurt my feelings. And they were like, oh, well, that wasn't my intention, so no, I didn't hurt your feelings. And I'm like, you don't get to decide that you didn't hurt my feelings, because whether or not that was your intention, you did. So just keep that in mind, like when you're dealing with other people, that sometimes you may say something that comes across the wrong way. You just have to make sure, like, hey, tell them like, hey, I didn't mean to do that. People will feel whatever they feel, and that's okay. And a lot of times it's deeper than that. Like people, you're going to come across people who have anxiety, depression, things like that, where it's like not always going to make sense to you. But just this goes back to being empathetic, like try and really understand where people are coming from, because it is really hard and people's emotions are always valid. That is something I always preach to people. And I'm like, if you want to be sad, girl, be sad. If you're angry, be angry. It's fine. Don't let it consume you, but allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to cry. I cry about a lot of stuff, not so much anymore because I kind of like hardened up a little bit, which is not the best, but like I used to cry so much about stuff. Like if you need to cry, cry. If you're a dude and you want to cry, cry. Like who cares? You're sad. Allow yourself to do that. Your emotions are valid. Don't let anyone tell you that they're not. Let yourself feel things because it means you're alive, okay? It's important. Okay, number 7 is kind of like 2 parts, but there are 2 things that will always make you feel better, or at least these are things that always made me feel better. The first one is water, drinking water, and the second one is live music. Okay, so I'm gonna break these down. So drinking water is the ultimate cure to anything. If you feel like you're getting sick, if your skin is bad, if you are hungover, if you're really drunk, if you just feel nauseous, if you have a headache, like anything ever, even if you're sad, just like go chug some water. Like I'm telling you, it's gonna be the best idea ever. Like if you're out at a night of partying and you get home and you have the spins, drink a whole bunch of water and you'll feel better in the morning. Like if you have a sore throat, drink a whole bunch of water and eat a Coldies and you'll be all better. So water is the cure to life. The second one is live music. You guys, I have had some of my best experiences in college seeing music live. And it's funny because like, at least where I go to school, EDM is a huge thing. I love EDM. I love going to raves. They have a huge bad, like, stigma around them. Oh my god, raves are so bad, and it's not live music because it's DJs, but I love raving, okay? So if you want to judge me, go for it. But I'm telling you, like, it's such a positive atmosphere there. And even going to see concerts, like I went to see the Lumineers, I saw John Mayer, I saw Ben Howard, like all of these people are so amazing, and there's not a lot that compares to the feeling when you're like out in a huge massive crowd of people standing there looking at the stage, and it's like cold out but it's warm because of everyone, and you just hear that song that's like amazing. And oh my gosh, and like go to Coachella, go to all of it. You guys better go, like, plan some stuff with your friends. It is so worth it to spend the money on seeing music live because it will just change your life. And I have had so many like emotional sober experiences that completely like just change the way that you think about stuff. So go see music live, whatever kind you like, whether that's like hip hop, rock, EDM, country, I don't know, any of that. Just like go buy tickets and go do it. Sorry, I had to take a call, so I had to move the way my camera was positioned, so hopefully this is like comparable to what it was before. But my next tip was to, if you're scared of something and it's not gonna be detrimental to your health or anything like that, feel the fear of that and still try it anyway. So that's how I was with study abroad. I had never been out of the country before I went abroad. I was super scared to go. I really didn't want to. I like did in my heart. I had always talked about studying abroad in college. Like that was always kind of a goal of mine, but I was really, really scared to go, you guys. Like I had really been struggling with anxiety that year leading up to it. I kind of didn't know what to do. Like I did not want to leave my boyfriend. Like it was just so bad. Like I was terrified to go. But my friends forced me to do it. They were like, listen, you have to come with us. Like you're gonna regret it if you don't. Everyone that I talked to who had been abroad before said I would completely regret it if I didn't go. And I'm so, so glad that I kind of like overcame that fear and went, because it was the best experience of college, guaranteed. Like aside from joining a sorority, I would say that study abroad was the best thing that I decided to do. So I completely like suggest that you guys study abroad if you have thought about doing it. It's so fun. But it's really scary, and like going there and being in two completely different countries, I lived in two countries, was terrifying. And I am not going to tell you it was easy. Like a lot of the time that I was there, I was like would sit in my room because I was too scared to go out and go to the bars at night with people. And like it wasn't easy, but I'm really glad that I did go, and I have the most amazing memories from there. And it's made me so much more confident, and knowing that I could go and do that means that I can pretty much go and like get a job, or that I can go and do anything, because living abroad is like about the hardest thing you can do. So I know that I can do that, so I can do a lot of other stuff. So basically my moral of the story for that is just like, if something scares you but you think that you're gonna regret it if you don't do it, then like just try it, and worst case scenario you can bail out and go back home. But most of the time I think you'll be happy that you did things that get you out of your comfort zone, because the biggest thing is that college is all about getting out of your comfort zone and changing. And like I am so different now than I was when I came in as a freshman, like so different. And I'm still myself, like in my heart, like I'm still the same weird like Nikki mom that I was before, but like I've grown a lot, and that's just because I did things that I never would have done if I was still in high school, or if I didn't allow myself to kind of surround myself with people who were going to encourage me to grow. So things are scary. College is super scary. Just allow yourself to go for it. Okay, we're almost done. Sorry, I've been rambling forever, but number 9 is that you can't hate the experiences that shaped you. College, like, is the absolute best and the absolute worst. Like, I have been my lowest and saddest ever in school in college, and then I've had my most amazing, happiest times of my life in college. You really have to not regret anything. That's a big one. Like, just, I know shitty things are gonna happen, whether sometimes it's stuff you're gonna feel bad about because it was your fault. A lot of times you're gonna screw up, you're gonna do something stupid, you're gonna ruin a relationship, you're gonna do bad on a test. I slept through a midterm one time. That was a disaster. Like, you're gonna do stupid shit because you're a 20-something-year-old, you're in college. Or, like, other times people are gonna do bad things to you. Like, you're probably gonna get your heart broken. Like, that's a big one, and that's what happened to me, and that's what happened to all my friends. And you're probably gonna have people be really not nice to you, or you might go through something really that's, like, really tragic that's hard to go through, but you can never regret anything. You're in a good place where you are now, okay? And you need to just accept that you can't hate the things that have happened to you, because, like, it's so, all of those were so important to get to where you are now, and it's gonna suck sometimes, but as long as you can remember the happy points. Like, I sometimes find myself complaining about boys and, like, not having enough money to buy a bunch of clothes, and I think to myself, and I'm like, I'm so lucky that this is what I'm complaining about, because some people have, like, huge problems, you know what I mean? So you just have to kind of, like, not hate the things you go through and just take it all with a grain of salt, and just kind of be grateful for even having these problems to go through. Like, some people don't even get to go to college, and the fact that you have to struggle with getting a good grade on a test, like, is so lucky, okay? So don't hate the experiences that shaped you, because that's what made them who you are. And if you're happy with how you are as a person, then you can't hate what you've gone through. And if you're not happy with how you are as a person, then you're in college and this is the perfect time to change. So you have everything laid out perfectly for you, so just go with it. Okay, my last one is a quote. This is by Gretchen Rubin from a book called The Happiness Project. If you guys are interested in reading it, you should check it out. I hate reading, but I love that book. That's, like, one of the only books that I enjoyed reading. But the quote is, "The days are long, but the years are short." So that is, like, my biggest thing ever, is that I can't even believe that I'm sitting here talking to a video about what I learned in college. Like, I still feel like a 5-year-old. I'm surprised that I don't even know how this happened, you guys. I remember being a freshman. I remember my freshman orientation. I remember moving into the dorms. I remember going into my second year. Like, it's crazy how fast it went. And it got faster every year too. Like, freshman year was slow, sophomore year was really hard, junior year went quick, but senior year flew by like crazy. I sound like a crazy emotional senior probably too, but I'm not even a senior anymore. I graduated. Like, how did this happen? But the days are long, and sometimes the days are gonna suck, and it's gonna be really tough, but trust me, it goes by really, 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 really fast. So just enjoy it and just embrace it and have fun. You're gonna have so much fun, and I'm so jealous of all of you that are entering freshman year, because it's the best time if you make the right memories, and or like it's what you make of it. So go for it and just enjoy your time and remember everything and document it, journal, like, do all of that, because it's gonna be so much fun. And I'm so excited for all of you, and I hope that you guys, like, comment below and tell me what you had learned in college, or what you're excited to experience, or if any of this helped you. Like, I hope that you guys didn't just skip through the video and that you listened to me rambling, because I love giving advice and I feel like I'm a mother. So yeah, just have fun. Like, college is the best, and that's all I have to say. But I hope you liked this more casual kind of style of video, and that you were willing to listen to me talk for like probably 20 minutes, because this is really long. So sorry again. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, video ideas, things like that, go ahead and comment below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. I really want to just keep making videos, and anytime you guys subscribe, it means that you like what I'm doing. So go ahead and do that, and that's all I have to say for today. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!